Right, let's just make a video to go along with yesterday's video, and then it'll all become apparent what happened yesterday. I've already written posts to update to my Facebook electronic diary on the matter yesterday because it went on all day, including what I'm going to talk about in this video now, minus the family connection, because they've already complained about the diary entries. It came up as a Facebook community warning when I was clearly explaining what I was fucking posting about, and there was no hate, malice or intent behind it, so I just simply photographed the Facebook warning and continued with what I was doing. After making it perfectly clear, where do you think you're going? Get over No, you little cunt. He just wants to be nosy because Willow's got a toy and he wants to play. Get up on the bed now. Move. Stop interfering with her vibe and she won't fuck about with yours. Get away from Lola. Get over here. She's out there behaving herself because you've been pissing her off, flirting with Lola. So she's out there being happy away from you and your fucking bollock fucking sniffing everywhere. Knock it off. Calm down. Yeah, so back to the video. Got up this morning after having a hilarious day full of events yesterday and comical errors where my instincts were just taking over and I was avoiding it and taking it all in my stride, not letting it lower me vibe. I then watched the whole situation repeating on somebody else as well. And somebody else had been having their life and energy vexed as well, the same as how my day had been going. So by the time I'd worked that out and just sat back, laughing about the whole day to myself, it was my son's turn to get all that stupidness happening to him, and it wasn't being sent by him. I just said, yeah, someone's definitely on you and all today then, by the looks of it. I said, I've had a day of it as well, but I'm just completing my day, putting the paint on, improving my life, keeping moving forward, and then I'm just getting ready to return it all to sender. And then we'll sit back and laugh about it, shall we? So I said, anyway, I better start clearing up, move the paint out the dog's way. The day before we've been watching a bit of Frank Spencer on YouTube and laughing and joking about all them calamities, and we had a day of it ourselves the next day, if you see what I mean. But it was showing us how to laugh about it all, which was the lesson. I don't need to put my wheelie bin out because it's only half full with someone else's beer cans at the moment, so I'm going to fill it up the rest of the way with dog food and my stuff now, because I'm not doing that, am I? Anyway, back to the video. Yesterday, I got to the thingy, fell off my scooter. That was the first sign. After passing the woman at the bus stop, coming away from the vets, who I recognised as someone from family in a situation in a different area in the city. Right, let's just leave it at that, and it'll all become apparent as the video goes on, right? Bearing in mind, I've got an instigating neighbour that also looks like that I'm also aware of this third setup against myself coming from that. So don't confuse the two and assume that I'm being hateful towards a person that's already been complaining about videos and having them removed. because they just tried to do that to the written diary entries that I posted to Facebook this morning. And it was clearly explained, no, that's not what it's about. It's about us laughing about it and seeing it for what it is. There's nothing hateful, vexful, or anything else involved in that post. Just explaining how my day went in a diary entry, which is now going to become clear while I post these 2 videos to my Facebook account. Right? So, from that point of falling off my scooter and damaging the seat stem, right? But I'm laughing about the calamity because I've been watching the Frank Spencer the day before, right? Let me show you what actually happened. Right, this is the seat stem spacer which goes down inside there. On top of that should be a little plastic washer, right, that stops it sliding down inside the tube, which should be the top part of that. But where I fell down the hole on the scooter, it snapped off the top, and as I went over curbs trying to evade police stop and searches. Look at that fly just landing on the seat stem as I just explain all this. Did you see that? Yeah, that's a gin fly. Yeah, that's trapped in the house with us at the moment, as you can see. Right, got it so far because I'm explaining something while I show something, but just catching everything while I record. So, right, so that's snapped off the top of that and allowing that to sink down into the seat stem. So by the time I'd evaded the police attempts to stop and search by positioning themselves further up the road that I was going to travel down and just pull up ready to stop me as I go down that road. So, you know, I saw them positioning, so I went up the following road. I'm only trying to get from the riverbank to Iceland to do my frozen food shop. Right, after avoiding that first police stop, I've gone up the next road to the one they'd positioning themselves in, right? As I've crossed over that main road, I've noticed the same police car just sort of going up the next road in the little route and getting ready to position itself further up that road, which I should have cut through straight off the road that I was going on. So I would have crossed over the road, gone up that road as the police car was positioning itself further up the road again, yeah? So that was attempt 2. Right, so I've gone right again and gone up the next road like a game of Tetris. And I've noticed it again, further up the road, moving into position. So with that thought, I thought, no, fuck it, I'm not zigzagging. So I've just turned round, gone back to the little road that I just crossed over. Thought, fuck Iceland's completely, wasn't it? Did I go that way or did I just go straight up the main road? Let me just get this right and accurate for the video. No, I ended up going down the side road and angling up a little bit past Iceland just to counteract that third attempt. Crossed over a little bit further up from Iceland, rode up Lincoln Road, opposite the Stagecoach bus garage, where they kicked me off the bus. Remember, I'm now in that policy police area, and the police are flying about trying to stop me on my mobility scooter. So I can't travel safely on the bus, and I'm now having the police harassing me for some reason. Can't be because of my doctor's supported medication, because that was done safely, away from children, not being a problem with anyone, and that's for my pain relief, which obviously you just saw me fall over into a fucking hole on the previous video that's now uploading. Right, so when they look back at these videos as they're monitoring my social media accounts on Facebook and YouTube, they can now say to themselves, now we see how he's seeing it while we try to entrap him for whoever's doing this against him, which he's claiming is harassment. Now we see what he's actually going on about. Okay? Because, like I said, I'd had my full focus on, and I was being shown that in advance and being guided away from it by my creator and my instincts. Do you see what's happened there? So that's 3 attempts to stop me for a random stop and search. I've got nothing illegal on me because I've already smoked my backup medication for pain relief at the river, because I'd just come away from a stressful situation dealing with some woman that was trying to get a negative reaction for me to allow all that setup to be done. Got it now? Anyway, the instigator's plan failed. I went straight to the DIY store with the supermarket next to it. I thought I'd do it all there out the way, and then I can stay on the cycle path on my mobility scooter, where it's all sensible and you're allowed to travel legally instead of going on off-road like I'm having to do to avoid this stupidness that I'm actually noticing outright now, and which is obviously failing. So I'm travelling completely legal. As I've got to the DIY store, I've gone in, I've got 2 pots of paint, put them inside a freezer bag, a sealed freezer bag that doesn't leak. Let me just show you what happened to prove it. Oh, you've destroyed your Happy Girl toy, have you? Never mind, it was bought as a reward for you for being good. So what happened? I went in to get the paint yesterday and got out the the DIY store, and of course the paint pot dropped in the bottom of the freezer bag and burst open. There's the proof. So I've got paint sloshing about in the bottom. When I actually moved the bucket though, it was the whole bottom gone on the bucket there. So the paint was just freely pouring out. I was losing a whole lot of paint in the bag, so I had to quickly get it out of the bag and into the roller tray and when I got home. But I didn't spill any paint while I was out. Let me pause it because I've got a sciatic nerve issue going on. Right, that's my sciatic nerve issue done. Just caught me unaware there while I was leaning over. Yeah, so I had that. I've then had to position the bag once, because I don't want it dripping all over my scooter. So I've got that handle on one of the handlebars. I've got this handle on the other handlebar, and it's just sort of swinging now with the paint, so I can see if anything's leaking out from underneath onto my white trainers and the scooter electric battery and everything else. So I'm hoping like I ain't got to just throw the bag with the paint in it while being tailed by the police, who are forcing me to chop and change my route to keep myself safe. if you see what I'm saying now, right? I've then gone into the supermarket with all the paint sloshing about in the bottom of that bag, hoping like, please don't start leaking, please don't start leaking. Otherwise I won't even be able to get this little bit of food that I'm now going to try and put in the other bags that luckily I had in my backpack. You go for it, girl. I've got another toy for you in my bag. So don't worry about it, sweetie. So, yeah, I'm bit by bit. Yeah, don't worry about that. It was just too dark and that. That's going to have more bluey grey paint around it to cover it over. Right, I've got me little tester pot of paint, which was also smothered in fucking paint. Let's show you what that colour is for the base of it. But I wanted it a little bit more sort of darker than that to go on the bottom half of it. So maybe more red and more black in that sort of purpley colour. But I'm just seeing how it dries first as an undercoat. That's going to go there. Border under there. There's dado rail going across the bit of bordering when I take the border off. So it's only first coat. I'm going to do that little wall as well, the same colour. But once I get the colour shade right, because that looks too purple in here. Whereas it should have a little bit more darkness to it. I wanted a burgundy sort of colour. A darky sort of reddy blacky colour. But that was as close as I could find. So that's what that was. Yeah. Remember, the seat's actually gone down to its lowest position. Push the fucking thingy, so I've had to stop outside B&Q's and repair my scooter before going in to get the paint, which then spilt all into the bag, right? So get the sequence of events right. First of all, I fell in the hole after having this witch experience at the bus stop, where she was just being awkward, standing in the way and blah, blah, blah. You know, then I'm getting police all over me. You know, I'm seeing that as a person that I recognise from another area who's obviously hexing. Yeah, so I'm spotting it all while I'm going about my daily activity. Yeah. I'm rollering in here. Getting a second coat on. Rollering in here. Putting a second coat on. Yeah. Coating the ceiling. Getting the spare bedroom tidied up. So got more on that wall. Ceiling's got a second coat. Yeah, my carer was standing there, wasn't he? So I can smell a bit of beer, which is odd because he didn't have no fucking money. So it must be just coming out of his pores. Stale beer smell. Can't see none. So at least he's took his empties out. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I came straight back to do. My carer then turned up to check on me. So I stopped rollering. He told me it was like 10 o'clock and it was like, fucking hell, I didn't think it was that late. Okay, so right, let's get the dogs ready to go out in the garden. So let's move the roller out the way. So I've moved the roller out the way to let the dogs in here. Thought, so I put it in the bathroom. No, I can't because the mop bucket's in the sink, in the bath, blah, 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 blah. I thought, right, let's just put it in the kitchen over the barrier so the dogs can't knock it over. Dogs can come in the front room. They're out my way while I'm to and fro in the bath to wash the rollers out and all that. I thought, no, fuck this. I didn't realise it's this late. Obviously, caffeine's still fucking motivating me along now. I'm all hyper. Got carried away with the time, all ADHD like. So I just sat in my chair, rolled myself a doob. End of the day. keep myself off the nefapams, take the milder approach. So I'm sitting here. I'm going to make myself something to eat. Yeah, you feel free to. You in a good place? You all right? Do you want a ciggy? While I'm sitting down, yeah, I'll have a ciggy. Okay, you have a ciggy. I've only got a couple of doobs left, so I'm not going to share them, all right? But it's given me the motivation and the pain-freeness to crack on and get what I needed to get done. I've been having knee problems, haven't I, and back problems, so at least it's kept the momentum going and that sort of thing. As you can see, TV's off. I haven't been watching TV. YouTube connected to it or not. I just haven't been using it because I've been pottering about and just having the Bluetooth speaker on, listening to music off my phone. Anyway, off he's gone to make his toast, and then, oh, for fuck's sake, you stupid cunt. I said, what the fuck? Oh, I bet he's trod in the fucking roller tray. Yeah, sure enough, he's not got his flip-flops on. He's got his snazzy fucking 100-odd pound pair of trainers on, and he's just stood in the paint bucket or in the roller tray that was full of paint. I said, don't panic or overcreate about it. Just take your trainer off, get it to the sink, and just simply wash the paint off. It's not non-staining, it's water-based, so it'll all wash off. Panic over. How much mess have you got on the floor? It's fucking everywhere. Oh no, I'm thinking. Right, so that turned into what should have been me going, emptying the paint into the bucket and cleaning out the rollers. That turned into an hour fucking exercise, mopping up the kitchen floor and all the paint, fucking my mop head up. Which is now full of watered down paint, where I had to wash that out multiple times as well. And we had, after we'd both calmed down about it, which took another sort of 15 minutes or so to see the funny side of it, I said, yeah, there was us laughing at Frank Spencer the day before, and now you can see why. So we, after realising, well, nothing's actually happened to us each, is it? Which just give us the ump for a passing moment. And then we laughed about the whole calamity. But that's how my day had been going. And when he came in the house, it was coming with him as well. So it was both people in the house coming from the same place. That's what I saw when I came away from the vets. And I've tried explaining that, which I'm now explaining in a video. Okay, so we had a good old laugh about the whole situation. And as I'm finishing my last doob, I said, you watch what happens now when I reverse that and send all that energy back to the person that's been doing it on us. I said, you watch what happens to them now. I said, we've had a laugh about it. It hasn't affected us as it, but I've had this all day. And now you've come in the house and you're showing me that the vexing's coming on you as well. So, it's definitely them doing it. You watch what happens now. So, yeah. I let the dogs out after cleaning up. Went to bed happy. Got up in a good mood this morning. Started posting about yesterday's comicalness in a good mood, and then got a complaint about it off of my stalkers from the same thing, the ones that are watching for me talking about it, if you see what I mean. So I'm doing this very methodically now, as I point it out and prove it all, right? But that's how it played out. That's what I was watching unfolding. I knew who was doing it. And both of us were getting the heebie-jeebies and just comical stuff happening to us, which was an irritation, to say the least. But once I worked it out, it was simple to just, okay, well, if you're blowing on knots and doing that witchy shit against us and it's causing us these minor problems, what do you think's going to happen when I say, right, I'm not having that, return to sender, and it all comes back upon you? What do you think's going to happen to that person that's been doing that vexing? What do you think's going to happen? Because they're about to find out. I'm not going to be involved in the situation at all. It's just naturally, karmically, going to unfold now. So, yeah, I've had no police knocking at my door this morning. I've just cleaned out the last little bits out of me barrel bomb. Managed to get myself a doob together out of the bits left in it. So that's clean. I've got nothing illegal in the house. I'm doing nothing illegal. It's doctor supported anyway, so it only exposes the vexer as a harassing, erroneous complainer. So there you go. That's why I've explained it fully like this. Because there's no hate, no malice. I'm just explaining it. But what a comical day. Get it now? Right, where's my bag? Look at your new toy. You've destroyed it. And you're stuck with a tiddly little bit that you're trying to stash, aren't you? You good girl. No, you're not having your toys yet. Get up on the bed. Get up on my bed. Now. Move. Get out from under my quilt. I'm out of tobacco now. I've got a tiny bit of coffee, which I'm just going to fill up. Yeah, I've got them coming out to fix that leaking tap. So there you go. I've got no screaming water pipes, but the leaking tap. So I've got to go through the whole lot now for when they come out to do it. Yep, I've had to rearrange things around because I'm bashing my legs on fucking bike, fucking pedals. Lawnmower's busted. I'm not in a rush to sort that out because telly upgrade first. Lawnmower out of the change. Right. Let me just recycle me 3 scoops. Only 1/2 a cup, just to give me a bit of extra motivation to get active today. You wait, Marnie. Wait until you see what's in my bag that I didn't get out yesterday. Wait and see what I got for little Miss Mutilator. Who got mutilated by the government. Wait until you see what I've got her. But you can only play with it in 2s. So you and Willow, or Hulkster, and Lola. Right, where's my bag? Where did I put it? Because I was painting in here as well, because there was a white patch, wasn't there? And then all I've got to do is a little bit of touch up there. First bit's up above my window and the side inlays. Just got to do the top above the thingy. Bottom is going to be a different colour, like I said, and underneath that, and underneath that, and underneath that. Put me, well, that's got to have a second coat yet, as has my bedroom ceiling and that back wall, the top half of it. Around the light switch to finish off, or the alarm, disabled alarm. Put the bow and arrow and everything back up on there, including the harpoon, which is going to have, well, I'm just going to paint the stick and put it on the wall. since I don't use that stick at the moment. Gloss the wood plinth, what the curtain pole's got to go on. The curtain pole I've moved in the front room for the new curtains in the front room, and I had to take these down until I get my next payment and then order a new curtain pole for in here. But I've just put the old curtains back up temporary while I was painting, because I'm a disabled man painting and bits get dripped, and they're not quite long enough for the door windows, so not going to use them in the hallway either. So who knows? I've got a spare pair of curtains anyway, haven't I? But I prefer the blackout curtains. During the summer, these let loads of light in, so they're good enough for now. Keeps the paint off the black nice curtains, don't it? Right, where's my... there it is, I can see the blue. Why is that there? Nope. Nope, it's not under there. You little fuckers, where have I put it this time? It's not hanging on the wall, is it? No. It's either down behind my chair or it's in my bedroom. No, it's not down behind my chair. Not down behind that one either. So it's got to be in my bedroom, hasn't it? Let's turn that light off. Yes, we had a jolly good laugh yesterday about the Frank Spencer-ish escapade. No harm done, his trainers didn't get ruined or nothing, so all funny looking back, but it wasn't funny at the time, if you see what I mean. It was like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? This has been a whole day of this. Things just out of place and going wrong and trying to trap me, and yeah, it was just fucking witch. What's these dogs react now? Got her a little. There you go. Yes. Yes. Get down. Doink. Put a donk. Ah, look. Right, that's why. Right, stay on the bed. What's this? Put a donk on it. Is this your new toy, is it? Put a donk on it, you destroyer. Donk, donk, donk. There you go, up on the bed. See, so that's what I got my mutilated baby yesterday. Get up on my bed now, because you're knocking shit over. Move. My computer's gone over. The air freshener's gone over. Calm down now. You know what toy you've got. Up on the bed. Get up on the bed. I don't want waggy tails knocking shit over with confined spaces. Get up on the bed. Do as you're told. Get up on the bed. Do as you're told. Thank you. When I'm ready to get off my bed, we're going in the front room. Have you got a new toy and you're all excited? Eh? There you go. Told you I'd brighten your little lives up, didn't I? Yes. Oh, thank you, Lola. Thank you for your kisses. See? Mwah. 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 Right, back off. Back off, boys. Yeah, that's it. Not so in my face. Thank you. Thank you. Lay down then. That's it. Give me a bit of room. Where's my vape? That's it. I can go and have a drink in a minute as well. But yeah, that's what was going on yesterday. So this morning, No, I wasn't worried. Didn't have the camera on, waiting for the police to come knocking on my door because I know who's been doing it. I've got an instigator out the back that looks similar to the other person that I was thinking of as soon as they got in my way yesterday and tried to use a police situation to enact the setup. So I was fully aware of it, could see it coming, was aware that it was in motion. So I simply took appropriate steps to stay the fuck out of it. And I thank God that happened. And who knows, it was probably that was stopping me and guiding me right. Because it was malicious. And bad intent, which makes it negative, and blowing of knots, witchcraft, malicious legal word spells. If you see what I mean, it's all the same thing, isn't it? So yeah, it didn't succeed, did it? And I woke up this morning happy with a dude to spare. You see how it's panning out now? So I've switched straight to my vape because I'm not dependent on the tobacco now. The same as I'm not dependent on my private medication, so I can take it or leave it and safely manoeuvre around any setups that are going on. If you see my point. Yeah, anyway, going back to the scooter. All right. Remember, I have a pointy thing on my keyring. Well, that also fell apart because I used it yesterday to get this said bit of plastic out from the seat stem after trying to turn the scooter upside down, which is fucking heavy, to try and manipulate it to the end so I could sort of prise it out and see what the fuck was going on, why my seat stem wouldn't stay up. So yeah, what I've decided on that, oh, excuse me, is I've got these for the bike lights. And these don't slide about once they're clamped into position, if you see what I mean. So I've got 3 of them to do the job of this simple thin bit of plastic that slides up and down because it's got a shiny surface to it. If I use the rubber ones like that, it's not going to slide up and down the metal shaft, is it? Like shiny plastic would. Do you see my point? So it was that snapped off the top of that. Hence all the rough edges as I went down that hole. It was just enough to boink, force it to snap, and then that slid down the pole. Couldn't hold the seat stem in place after that. So it was pivoting backwards and forth while I'm trying to drive, which is making my driving look a little bit iffy while the seat's moving about, if you see what I mean. And the further I went on and the more manoeuvring riding I was having to do to manoeuvre around the police that were trying to entrap me at the time, you know. The quick on and off of a curb to change my route quickly was enough to finish the seat stem off and get it pivoting backward and forward. I couldn't stand up and ride it without having to first go through change the height of the handlebars, and it was just too much nonsense. I wanted to get away from there and I can get away safe. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's easy to sort out. It just needs one of them round the seat stem, don't it? Instead of that little plastic sleeve. They got a lip on them, so they're not going to slide down the seat stem into the hole, are they? So I'll be able to put one of them round the top and solve it that way. It's that's the better way of doing it. Clear plastic though, with no fucking grip to it at all. Just a pathetic idea. Why would you put that on a fucking shiny metal surface and expect it to hold it in place? You see what I mean? So, yeah, just needs a bit of that round it. At the top of the stem hole, where it all clamps together. That's all it needs, and that's then secure. Easy fix. Unfortunately though, my stick balancer didn't fare so well. So the little pointy thing that was in the end of there doesn't stay in the stick if you use the stick, is what I learnt yesterday. So as with hunting, when using one of these, what happens is the blades that are on the side of it come off in the animal along with the tip, so you can remove that bit, is what I learnt from that yesterday. So that, if used as a defensive weapon, will leave evidence behind, is what I learnt from that. I could just replace it, but I'm going to leave it as it is without the tip on it. Now I know that, because that might have been why they was trying to stop me. The fact that it fell apart and I was actually trying to use it as a tool to fix that at the time when I needed to use an implement proves that it was a useful item to have on me for that moment. Now I know it's not going to actually stay in one piece. Should I need to depend on it, I don't need to replace the tip on it, do I? But just keep it like that. Yeah, because they can't say, well, that's a weapon. No, it's not. It's got no tip on it. It's just an old arrowhead on a fucking bit of stick, innit? On my key ring, so I don't lose my fucking scooter key. That's why it's on there, you dipshit. If I want to change the arrowhead, I'll just change the fucking arrowhead, and that's what it goes on to. Yeah, it's just... yeah. So now it's all fell apart. It obviously can't be used as a weapon because it leaves traces behind or in whatever you use it on, don't it? So that's proved an ineffective defence mechanism. Right, so I'll leave that on there as a lesson learned. They can't stop me for having something like that on my bike now because it's got no point on it, or on my scooter now because it's got no point on it, can't be used as a weapon. So there you go. See? Yeah, when I had something shouted at me on my scooter by that said lady, I just braked on the spot, make sure I was hearing it right, and then aware that everything's on CCTV camera, just rode on. Didn't attempt to carry this conversation on or anything. It's just like, fuck you, witch. You know what I mean? You're obviously disabled. You're making remarks about another disabled person while being obnoxious and fucking projecting bad energy. So, yeah, there you go. Left the shit behind me, moved on my positive, happy, merry way. Any little dramas that happened yesterday, I just look back and laugh at it now. But yeah, that's what's actually been going on. You can see the progress I'm making. You can see progress or whatever other people are making. If the people that are doing the hating want to continue with their silliness, it's fine by me. You continue what you're doing. I'm not doing anything about it because I don't need to. Karma will deal with you for what you're projecting. That's your choice. Your choice, your path. You chose to do that, so it comes back on you. Me, I'm sitting here happy with my dogs. And And I'm not stressing smoking, am I? Just enjoying myself in my natural hyperactive state, uploading to my social media accounts. So yeah, there's yesterday's Comedy of Errors by the Vexers and the Instigators, because we both had one on us yesterday, which separates that thing for my stalkers that are watching and keeping an eye on our situation. See, we both had one on us yesterday, but what was being done was what I've been saying all along. So now I've got that confirmed in my own head after watching it play out. You know what to do about that, don't you? Don't complain about the videos when I'm telling the truth. Don't be moaning about my diary entries, whether they're written or in video form. Simply keep that situation calm, because it will come back on them, not me or my son. Got it? And that's the end of the video. Right, thank fuck it's Friday. And more to the point, thank God it's Friday.